Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Jordan here, and welcome to my channel. It's a Hardback Life. Today, we're going to be filming a bit of a book haul. I'm only going to open a few of these books because one, it's like really late at night, like around 1 in the morning, and I have to be at work at 9. But I decided to just film this video anyway, because, well, one, it needs to get done, and two, because I'm awake right now. When I got home, I hung out with family that were here, and then they left around 7-ish, and then I was too tired, so I went to bed around 8 o'clock. So, and then I got up at around 11, and here I am a couple hours later, still awake. But I need to just film this book haul, at least part 1, because I just need to do it. Because there's a ton of books in these laundry baskets, and they need to come out of these bags and boxes and stuff like that. So before we get started, I have, by the way, I have finished 4 or 5 books. 4. I finished book 2 and book 3 in the Sarah J. Maas series, Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath, and House of Flame and Shadow, which came out at the end of January. I will talk more about them later. And by the way, I'm very not upset. I assumed it was going to be more than 3 books, but I thought I was going to finish the series because I thought it was originally a trilogy. And then Sarah J. Maas was like, there's going to be more books. Surprise! Which I didn't, like I said, I thought there was going to be more books because of circumstances with the series and certain area of the series that hasn't been explored yet that I figured she was going to go explore. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. Oh, and I also finished 2 more books for the Blackathon readathon, which I'll touch on those in another video. Oh, no, I'll touch on those now. Let Love Lead by rapper Common, and then the graphic novel by Alicia Keys. For some reason, it's escaping me. I'll put it on the screen for those of you who want to read it. It's definitely a great book. I recommend it. Okay, let's get started with the book haul. Like I said, I have a lot of books, and I think I'm only gonna touch on a few bags. Not a lot, but a few, just to get started, because I need to go back to bed so that I can be okay to work in the morning. Alright, let's start with the one in front of me. Okay. Oh, speak of the devil. The first book is by Common. He is a well-known rapper. If you haven't heard of Common, you should definitely check out his music. He's a great rapper. And he's also written, this is his 3rd or 4th book. He writes books mainly in the self-help genre. And this is called And Then We Rise. By the way, Let Love Lead is a memoir of his. I don't know where it's at. I had it and then I... whatever. I don't know where it is, but this is his third or fourth book that he's written, and I saw this and I was like, I have been getting into more self-help books lately, so I'm excited for this. Oh, here it is. Here's Let Love Lead. Or no, it's called Let Love Have the Last Word by Common. I loved it. The next two books, I'm going to do them together because they're by the same author. And they are Love Theoretically and The Bride. Or it's just called Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood is very well known for, obviously, romance. And I've heard a lot of great things about her books. I think this one in particular is more of a fantasy romance. Yeah, because there's a wolf on the cover, so I'm excited to dip into that one. And I might read this one at the tail end of the month because it's a romance, and well, obviously Valentine's Day is in February, so we'll see. But these are both by Ali Hazelwood. I'm going to go into them blind. Next is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Jennifer Lynn Barnes is well known for the Inheritance games, which is a mystery novel. I believe so. Mystery novel series. Where I think our main character inherits some money, and then the rest of the family tries to take it from her or something like that. I can't remember. That's a series I need to read. But this one in particular is about a group of people who have all these like really like amazing skills when it comes to crime solving, and they have to figure something out. I can't remember exactly. But the first book is called The Naturals, which is the name of the series. And then book 2 is called book 2 is Killer Instinct. Book 3 is All In. And then book 4 is called Bad Blood. I don't know where book 1 is. I had it somewhere and I can't seem to find it. Well, I will find it eventually. Okay, this next book is a book that I've been wanting to read for so long, at least as soon as it came out. It's called As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. And let me read you a bit of the synopsis. Salama Kassab was a pharmacy student when the cries for freedom broke out in Syria. She still had her parents and her big brother. She still had her home and an average teenage life. Now Salama volunteers at a hospital in Homs, helping the wounded who flood through the doors daily. Secretly, though, she is desperate to find a way out of her beloved country before her best friend and sister-in-law, Layla, gives birth. As her desperation grows, her PTSD takes physical shape in the form of companion Cough, who haunts her every move. And there's more to it, but basically this is about a girl who is trapped in her country, but at the same time she has to be there because she has to help The Wounded, she is in the medical field, but she wants to flee her country to get to another country to see her sister and stuff like that. And this is by Zulfa Katau. So I'm excited for this one. I've heard great things about this one. This is the first book in a new series called The Lost War by Justin Lee Anderson. Book 2 is somewhere up there. As a synopsis, the war is over, but peace can be hell. Demons continue to burn farmlands, violent mercenaries roam the wilds, and a plague is spreading. The country of Eden is on its knees. In a society that fears and shuns him, Aeronaut is the first mage to be named King's Envoy, and his latest task is to restore an exiled foreign queen to her throne. This sounds very interesting, you guys. And the second book, I just bought it on instinct because I liked the sound of the first one. The second one is called The Bitter Crown. So I am looking forward to reading this one. This is a debut by an author, brand new author, Justin Lee Anderson. So I'm looking forward to it. See what's in here. I don't remember what's in here. Oh! Okay. Yay! Okay. We have Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I don't know too much about this one. I know it's an LGBTQ plus book, and I think it's a series, actually. Yeah, the second one is called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Waters of the World. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. It's won a lot of awards, as you can see. It's won a Pulitzer Prize, a Stonewall Book Award. I don't know, there's a lot of awards on this book, so obviously it's that good. So we'll see. And then the second book that came in this package is The Sun Eater Book 5. Now, I haven't read this series. I actually can't remember the plot at the top of my head, but I have the first 5 books now. And I think there's a 6th book coming out at the end of the year or beginning of next year. I know the 5th one just came out. Obviously, this is book 5. It came out, like, I think in December. So, I will talk more about this series. It is a sci-fi, so I'm kind of nervous because sci-fi is a hit or miss for me. I don't read a lot of it. I read some sci-fi. But, yeah, it's usually a big hit or a big miss. I'll actually explain that to you guys in another video, why I read more fantasy and other books as opposed to sci-fi. But I love the cover. Just so beautiful. Man. And I'm definitely looking forward to it, like I said, though, because I've heard great things about the author's books. So here's hoping I like it. Guys, I'm disappointed in this next one because I already own it. And now I'm going to have to return it. I just found it, like, I literally was about to set up for this book haul earlier. And I was scanning my bookshelves at random, and I already own a copy of The Blood of Elves, the first official book in the Witcher series. I already own it. Oh well, I'm gonna return this one because I just bought it at Half Price Books. So yeah, I'm sad that I have to return it because when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, okay, I will get it," because one, it's cheaper at Half Price Books, but I already have it now. So oh well, this one's gonna go away. This one I also bought at Half Price Books. Is the fourth book in the Dorothy Must Die series. This is a spin on the Wizard of Oz series. And this is the fourth and final book. I have the first three. No, I have the first and the second. I don't have the third. So I definitely want to read this series. Like I said, it's called Dorothy Must Die. The first book is called Dorothy Must Die. Second book is called The Wicked Witch, I think. The third book is called Yellow Brick War. And then the fourth book obviously is The End of Oz. So I'm looking forward to this series a lot. And then the next book I want to talk about is Shadow of Light. This is the sequel to Ember of Night by Molly E. Lee. The series is called Ember of Night, I believe. And the third book is called Spark of Ash. Somewhere around here. This series is a trilogy, like I said, it's called Ember of Night. Okay. This series is about a girl who knows that she has an ability, or whatever, but she doesn't really know what that is because she hasn't come into her powers yet. But when she does figure it out, it's a very destructive power. And in this world, I guess there is a thin line between good and evil. And our main character figures that out quickly because no one is truly good or truly bad. And she, with her abilities, she has to decide what she's going to use her powers for, good or evil. And it's also a romance because there is a love interest, and I love romance fantasy, or have begun to love it even more the last few years. And yeah, it's the Ember of Night trilogy by Molly E. Lee, and it's a young adult series. Yes. The next books I want to talk about are the I don't remember the name of the series. I'm starting to forget the names of series. I don't know what's happening. But this is a quintet series. This is the two of the books. Full Measures and In the Likely Event. These are both by Rebecca Yarros. If you are familiar with that name, Rebecca Yarros wrote the romance fantasy novel series, which is not completed, called The Empyrean Cycle. And the first book is Fourth Wing, and the second book, called Iron Flame, just came out. She started off as a romance writer, and these are two of her books, and this is 2 of 5 books. And I don't think it matters which order you read the books in, because all 5 of them are different stories, but they are connected in some way. And the first one, which I have started, is about a girl whose family gets knocked down because of a tragedy. Her father went to war, and military personnel come to her doorstep, and they tell her the bad news. And she has to, she's the oldest child in her family, so she has to cope with the bad news while being strong. Well, she feels like she has to be strong for her family. And it just becomes difficult for her and her other challenges that she deals with in this book. And then there's also a love interest, so because it's a romance. I don't know anything about this one. I'm going to go into it blind. It is the 5th and final book in the series. So, here is the first book in the Natural series. And this is a quartet, like I said, written by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She's responsible for the Inheritance games, which I need to read. It's sitting on my shelf back here. And yeah, I just need to read it because I need to read more mystery type novels. I mean, I do read a lot of mystery, but lately it's been a lot of fantasy, and I need something to, like, I need just a different type of book to read right now. This book is about 2 boys. One of them is working at the restaurant, and the other one starts to work at the restaurant. And our main character, Tommy, is going off to college, but he needs a letter of recommendation, specifically culinary school. And he needs a letter of recommendation from his boss. And his boss agrees to it, but his boss tells him he has to meet 3 conditions. One of those conditions is to train the new hire, but things get complicated because the new hire happens to be an old crush of our main character, Tommy. And yeah, things get crazy from there, I guess. But yeah, this is Lose You to Find Me. So I'm looking forward to reading it. One more bag. Or box. And I already know what this is. I just need to open it because, well, it's been sitting in my room for the last couple weeks. Y'all, so the box that I just opened is another copy of House of Flame and Shadow. And this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. God, it's heavy. I showed you another copy because that's the copy I bought from Target. And I bought that copy because your boy was way too impatient. Because literally, I found out my book was not going to come to me in the mail until like 3 days later after the release. And that made me very, very mad. And so I just went to Target the day of release and I bought it. Because I was going to be like, you know what, I'll just be patient and wait for it. No siree. I couldn't do that. But so I bought it. But here's my Target edition. I mean, Barnes & Noble edition. And obviously it looks a lot newer and nicer because I just opened it. So, yeah. But, oh my gosh, I definitely recommend the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. This is some of her best writing. So, yeah. I literally, last book we're going to talk about is a book I literally just bought the other day, and that's Visions of Flesh and Blood, which is the 6th book Oh no, it's a Blood and Ash and Flesh and Fire compendium. So I love that because I've been getting into the series, or at least I've been wanting to get into the series. And yeah. Anyway, you guys, that is the last book I'm going to open for the evening. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and day as you progress throughout the rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be another book haul, because I still need to get rid of, or open more of these boxes. Anyway, you guys, bye.